Friends, welcome everyone for today's Bhagavad Gita session. Can you all hear me? Hello, Dr. Manjari. Good morning, good evening to all you in India, and good morning to everyone in Canada. Can you all hear me? Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, Dr. Manjari. Thank you, Anand. Thank you, Rashmi. Hi, good morning, Tash. So we will wait for a couple of minutes. It's 8:56 here in Canada, in Eastern Time. So we'll wait for 3-4 minutes more to get going. I hope everybody's keeping safe in these difficult times. Thank you, Dr. Nalin Sharda. Good evening from Australia. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Sharda. I'm very happy to see you here. 11 p.m. in Australia, Melbourne time. That's pretty late, but thank you so much for joining us and tuning with us. Thank you, Gary. Good morning, Gary. Namaste, David. It's beautiful morning here in Thunder Bay, Ontario at this time. The day is a shiny, beautiful day. So hope everybody is reading Bhagavad Gita nowadays. And if you have any questions, you can email me or you can write down your questions. And you can ask those questions at the end of this session. Sometimes it's easy to talk one-to-one rather than typing on the email. So if you have any questions, please write it down. And at the end of the presentation, you can ask all the questions. And with the questions, I also get opportunity to learn from many of you because nobody's perfect. So we learn from each other. So with that, it's almost 8:58 here. So we'll wait 2 more minutes. Namaste Nidhi, Namaste Hari Kumar ji. Thank you for joining us today. Hari Bol Madhufai. So we have 1 more minute and then we'll get started with today's program. Good morning, Riva. Good evening, Riva. Dr. Anita. Namaste, Namaste, and Dr. Anita. Thank you for joining us today. Good morning, Dhruv. Dr. Nalin Sharda. Dr. Sharda ji, this program has been going on for last 5 weeks. This is the 6th week of this program. And we plan to complete Bhagavad Gita in 8 sessions. Looking at our speed, looks like we might have to extend 2 more sessions. And we'll take a vote on this at the end of this class, because we might have to extend the session by 2 more weeks. Today we are going to cover chapter number 9 and 10 of Bhagavad Gita, and then we are left with 8 more chapters. So every session we try to cover 2 chapters. So we are running behind the schedule, so we'll finish as much as we can in these 8 weeks. And then depending upon the interest and availability of time for everybody, we can plan the extension of the sessions if required. Good morning, Helen. Thank you for joining us. So with that, it's 9 o'clock here and we will start our session for today. Thank you everybody for joining with me today. People are joining from Thunder Bay, Canada. Some people are in Toronto, some people are in India, and some of you are in Australia and different parts of the world. So really happy to see you all here. And we are connected. That is called yoga. Yoga means connected. So with this medium of Bhagavad Gita, we all are connected with each other as well as with the divine. So with that, we will begin our today's Bhagavad Gita session, and we will begin with our Mangala Charan or invocation prayer, and mantra is on your screen. I request everybody to sit straight, neck in the line with the back, and we all will recite together 3 times Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So let's do it 3 times together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you, everyone. So we'll begin our Bhagavad Gita this is the 6th session of Bhagavad Gita online course we have started. And our teachings are based on translation of Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who translated this Bhagavad Gita from Sanskrit into English language for the benefit of us. And this is called as it is because everything in Bhagavad Gita as it is as if Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, and we are learning as it is from Lord Krishna here. And disclosure about Bhagavad Gita presentation, there is no need to have any Sanskrit knowledge. You can learn this Bhagavad Gita even without any background of prior knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And we will have some interactive discussions, question answers, and quiz or some sort of interactive activities will be incorporated in this presentation. Everybody knows me briefly about myself. I'm Dr.Prashant Jani, and I'm disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who is my spiritual master, under whose guidance I am practicing Bhagavad Gita. And he is disciple of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Our Bhagavad Gita here, the objective is to learn the basic concepts of Bhagavad Gita, try to understand the Bhagavad Gita shlokas, meaning of each shloka, and how we can apply in our daily life. So Bhagavad Gita has total 18 chapters. First 6 chapter, Lord Krishna talks mainly about Karma Yoga. 7 to 12 chapters, which are the very important chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And here Lord Krishna talks about Bhakti Yoga. And chapter 13 to 18, which are the last 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, they have Jnana Yoga knowledge there. I hope everybody is able to hear me and see my screen on your computer or on your phones. If you have any difficulties, please type it. Yes, most of the people are able to hear me. So if you cannot hear me, then please adjust your volume. Probably your phone or the computer volume has to be adjusted. Thank you so much. So you can see that Bhakti Yoga, which is the main teachings of Lord Krishna is embedded between the two concepts, Karma Yoga and Gnana Yoga. The essence of entire Bhagavad Gita is Bhakti Yoga. However, Lord Krishna has carefully protected this very important concept of Bhakti Yoga in between the two layers. Whenever something is very important, we try to preserve it. We try to put the coverings on it so that it doesn't get lost. And that is what Lord Krishna has done here in Bhagavad Gita. He has protected very important teachings of Bhagavad Gita, which is Bhakti Yoga, in between the two layers of Karma Yoga and Gnana Yoga. And we have covered first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, in which we learned in detail about Karma Yoga. And in last session, we began with Bhakti Yoga, and we're going to learn more about Bhakti Yoga in the coming chapters. So briefly, in next 5 minutes, first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita talked about Sankhya Yoga, Gnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Ashtanga Yoga. In first chapter, Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is hearing and Arjuna is talking here, and here Arjuna is lamenting. So it is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. In the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is talking and Arjuna is listening here. And here Lord Krishna is talking about Sankhya Yoga. Here he explains to Arjuna about composition of our body, soul, and what happens when we die. So when we die, it's only body dies, we never die. Soul remains eternal and we transmigrate from one body to another body. As per our karma and our desires, we get reincarnation. Then Lord Krishna talks about Karma Yoga in third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that one should give his or her best, give our best, 100% in any activity, any task we take upon. However, we are not entitled to the fruits of action. Here Lord Krishna tells to Arjuna that you can do all your activities. As a fighter, you can fight, but the results of the fight or war are not in your hands. So here Lord Krishna begins the instructions of Karma Yoga. Extending the instructions of Karma Yoga, Lord Krishna in 4th chapter, he explains about Gnana Yoga or Divya Gyan. He says that whatever the activity you do, you should do in a mode of sacrifice. That is called as akarma. So first he introduced the concept of karma. Now Lord Krishna explains the introduction of a concept of akarma. Akarma means doing all the activities, giving our best 100% without expectation of results, and on the top of it, we offer this as a sacrifice, all our activities as a sacrifice to Vishnu. For example, if we are doing any business, or if I am a physician or a doctor, or if I'm a student, whatever the job I have taken in my hand, I do my best, I give my 100%. I do not worry about the results, outcome of it. Whether I get success or failure, does not matter. I will do my best. Second, all the actions which I'm doing, all the karmas I'm doing it in the mood of sacrifice. I'm doing it in the mood of attitude of gratitude towards Krishna or Vishnu or Creator. And then Lord Krishna tells to Arjuna in the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that now you have done your karma 100% as a sacrifice to Vishnu. And then if you get any fruits, don't get attached to it. So that's called nishkama. Nishkama means no attachment. So do not get attached to the results of your activities. So as Lord Krishna explains, the water on the lotus petal does not get attached to the petal itself. Water, it drops down from the lotus petal. Similarly, whatever results we get, we should not get attached to the results of the karma. So here beautifully Lord Krishna has explained Karma Yoga in the 5th chapter. So 3rd, 4th, 5th, we do actions without expectation of results, offer it as a sacrifice, And whatever the results we get, we don't get attached to it. At the same time, we keep on doing our activities, keep on giving our 100%. So then, in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna about Dhyana Yoga, where he explains about Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam. He explains about Pranayam, and he also explains about Pratyahara, which means balanced living. Not too much, not too less. Balanced eating, balanced sleeping, balanced entertainment, regulated life. And he also talks about mind, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So in the 6th chapter, Lord Krishna says to Arjuna that in the yoga process, it is very important to work on your mind. So if you make your mind as your friend, then you can achieve your goal. But if your mind becomes your enemy, then you are in trouble. So one must control the mind, and we talked about various mind control methods. And one of the methods we talked about was mantra meditation. And we learned scientifically how mantras help us to improve our blood pressure, respiratory rate, transcranial blood flow. So mantras are very, very important. And the current mantra, which is recommended for Kali Yuga in Kali Santara Upanishad, is Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So you can practice this mantra irrespective of your caste, culture, belief, country. Does not matter. It doesn't change, because medicine is a medicine. Whether you take medicine in India or in Canada, if it is prescribed for a particular disease, it is going to work. It doesn't affect the circumstances. Similarly, mantra is like a meditation, medicine for mind actually. So our mind needs some exercise, and that exercise is through mantras. So then at the end of the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord explains to Arjuna about the best yogi. Who is the best yogi? So we talked about Jnana Yogi, Karma Yogi, Ashtanga Yogi, all different types of yogi. So in 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, at the end, Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna, Yogi Nam Api Sarvesham Madagatentar Atmana. So who is the best yogi? So yogi is the one who is always Madagata Antara. Mada means Lord Krishna. So he is always one who is always engaged in Matagate Antara Atmana Bhaktyanam Shraddhavan Bhajanti Mam. Shraddha and Bhaja. Bhaja means bhakti. So here it says that one who does bhakti yoga, he is the best of all the yogis. So then we started with chapter number 7, and 7 to 12th chapter are all about bhakti yoga. And in the 7th chapter, we talked about God. Bhakti or devotion involves a devotee and devoted, So there is a devotee means the person or a yogi who is doing it, but then at the same time, there has to be the person to whom we are doing devotional service or bhakti. So here in Lord Krishna explains about science of God or science of creator or creation. And many people ask this question, does God exist? Is there any scientific proof of God? And we talked in detail in the last session, but in brief, we'll go over what we talked last time. When there is art, there is an artist. We talked about this art, Mona Lisa, and when we say this picture of Mona Lisa, we talk about the artist who draw this, and we talk about Leonardo da Vinci. Similarly, we see that beautiful things exist around our planet, like beautiful flowers, roses. They have colors, they have smell. So, who made this art? When there is art, there is artist. You see beautiful birds with all the wonderful color combinations. So when there is art, there is artist. So nothing exists without a person. So here, when there is a creation, there is a creator. When there is intelligence, there is an intelligent person around us. We can see beautiful nature around us, and we learn that somebody would have designed this nature. If you have the similar canvas painting, you can say somebody has drawn it. Then how can such a beautiful thing exist in real time without a creator? So that's hard to believe, that beautiful things exist without nobody looking after it. And we talked in detail about various satellites which are roaming around in the space, and in all these satellites are controlled by a set of people at various satellite monitoring station. Now, to monitor those few hundred or few thousand satellites, we need thousands of people. How about millions of satellites which are floating in the sky in a very systematic arrangement? It's unscientific to believe that such a wonderful existence can exist without any control. So science also helps us to understand that there is a creator, there is a person who is looking after all this in a very systematic way. And then we talked about when there is a law, there is a lawmaker. All the laws are made by person. Law doesn't come without somebody who making it, right? There are various laws. Similarly, we have laws of physics, laws of chemistry, and the laws of karma. So there has to be a person who made this law. For legal law, somebody makes it. Similarly, all this physical law or law of karma, there is a person who has designed these laws for us. Otherwise, it would not exist. And then Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that he himself is all pervasive, and you can identify him as a creator, as he says that I am the taste of water, I am the light of the sun, I am the light of the moon, I am the syllable Om in the mantra, and I am the sound in ether, and I am the ability in man. So he says that I am all pervasive. All this nature has two types of prakriti, or two types of elements. One is superior element and one is inferior element. Superior is jiva and inferior is prakriti. And all this are coming from me. Maya adhyakshena prakritiya suyate sa characharan. So Lord Krishna says everything is coming from me. I am all pervasive. He says further in 7th chapter 9th shloka, he says, I am the original fragrance of earth. So he says the earth is coming, the fragrance of the earth is coming from me. And he says, I am the heat in the fire, I am the life of all that lives, and I am the penance of all the ascetics. So everything, Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that everything is coming from him. Him means Krishna himself. Then in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna talks to Arjuna about attaining the moksha, liberation. So Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that yam yama vapi smaran bhavan tyaja ante kalevaram. So whatever the state of being one remembers when he quits this body, that he will attain without fail. So we talked in detail that our moment of death is very critical, and this life is a preparation for the critical moment. In this life, whatever we do, whatever we remember, whatever we hear, whatever we think about, that is what comes with us at the time of death. Death is compulsory. There is no option for it. And after that, there is next life. And this cycle continues. However, Lord Krishna says that if you fix your mind upon me at the time of death, then you will come to me. And then when you come to me, what happens? So if we fix our mind on Lord Krishna at the time of death, then Lord Krishna says, Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So then we are transferred from the material world into the spiritual world. So the difference between the material and the spiritual world is that in the material world, there is a birth, there is disease, there is old age and death. This is compulsory. The soul transmigrates from one body to another body, keep on going on throughout in the material world. While in the spiritual world, which is the realm beyond the material world, there is no repeated birth, no repeated death, no old age, no disease, no death, because the spiritual world is permanent. So Lord Krishna says to Arjuna that after attaining me, which is the spiritual world, punarjanmana, so there is no mamupetya punarjanma dukhalayam ashashvatam. So Lord Krishna is saying, after attaining me, my devotee will never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries. And how do you achieve that? By remembering Krishna at the time of death. Now, it's not easy to remember Krishna at the time of death, because most of us are attached to our family members. Most of us are attached to our belongings throughout our life. So to remember something at the final examination without preparing for it is very, very difficult. So Lord Krishna further explains to Arjuna in the 9th chapter that now I'm going to tell you the most confidential knowledge. So now we are beginning with the today's session. We just revised briefly what we did until last week. So we revised all the 5 weeks learning, and now we are beginning with chapter number 9 of Bhagavad Gita, which is most confidential knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Now here Lord Krishna is going to explain to Arjuna what he has not disclosed to Arjuna as of now in 8 chapters. This is called most confidential because it directly connects someone who follows the instructions of Bhagavad Gita in chapter 9, directly connects with Supreme or Super Soul or Krishna himself. So this message in 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is the ultimate purpose of yoga. There is nothing higher or nothing beyond this 9th chapter message of Bhagavad Gita. So Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, I'm going to tell you something, which is, he says, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Idam te guhyatamam pravakshami anushuyave Gnanam Vignanam Sahitam Yagnatva Mokshashe Shubhat. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna, Guhya. Guhya means very secret. So Krishna is saying that I am going to tell you a very secret science, Anusuyave. Anusuyave is a word which is used by here Krishna, very particular word. And Anusuyave means that I'm going to tell you because you are not envious. I'm going to tell you because you are not envious to me. So I'm going to tell you this most secret science. There's no point in telling secret to the people who are envy to you, because they can misuse it and they can also use it as a weapon against you. So Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna that I'm telling you this science of a very secret science, which is Raja Vidya, this is king of all the education, which I'm going to tell you is very secret, and I'm telling you because you are not envious of me. And then he says, Gnanam Vignanam Sahitam Yajgnatva Mokshashe Shubhat. So Gnan and Vignan. Gnan is knowledge and Vignan is realization. So when you learn this and when you realize it, then what will happen? Mokshashe. Moksha means liberation. You will get liberated from Ashubhat. So you will get liberated from all the Ashubha. Ashubha is not auspicious or one which is miserable. So he's saying that Once you learn this 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita knowledge, then you will get liberated from all the problems, all the miseries, all the difficulties. So do you all want to learn 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the secret of all the secrets? Are you all ready for the secret, what Lord Krishna has explained to Arjuna? Oh, wonderful. Everybody is willing to learn the secret of Bhagavad Gita. And if you learn this secret, practice it. Because if you learn something very confidential today, and if you don't practice it, then it will be of no use. It will be of zero utility. So Lord Krishna is explaining us Guhyatamam. Then he's saying that Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyaksha Avagamam Dharmyam Sushukham Kartum Avyayam. He says, hey Arjuna, I'm going to tell you this knowledge which is Raja Vidya. Raja Vidya means this knowledge is king of all the educations. This knowledge which I'm going to tell you is Raja Guhyam because this is the king of all the confidential. Raja means king actually. So the knowledge which Lord Krishna is going to explain to Arjuna in 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is the king of all the education. It is the most confidential, Raja Guhyam. Guhyam means the secret. And Pavitram Idamuttamam. So this is going to be the most purifying knowledge. Pratyaksha Avagamam, because this knowledge will give you science of self-realization or knowledge of self-realization. And this is the ultimate perfection. Dharmyam Susukham. Susukham means this will give you a blissful experience. And Avyayam, this knowledge is everlasting. It is not a temporary knowledge. So Lord Krishna is explaining the importance of the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and he's explaining that this is very secret science which I'm going to tell you, and it is very pure, and it will give you a blissful experience which will last forever, not temporarily, forever. So he's asking Arjuna that please listen to this very carefully. One important thing in learning any knowledge is that we should know the importance of the knowledge. Then only we can capture it. If we don't have a realization of how important it is, then it is very difficult to capture it. So here Lord Krishna is explaining the importance of 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Then in the 3rd shloka, 9th chapter, he says, but there is one more condition. First condition is that you should not be envious. And second condition is that ashraddhana purusha, ashraddhadhana, which means if you do not have a faith in my words or whatever I'm going to tell you, then this knowledge will be of little use. So his faith is a very important process for bhakti yoga. Without faith or without knowing about without having faith in Krishna's words, this knowledge will have very little utility. So he is warning Arjuna that I'm telling you this knowledge because you are not envious, but at the same time have faith in me. Dear friends, whatever we do in our life, we do it on a faith. When we sit on the flight, on a plane, our travel is entirely based on the faith. Actually, we don't know the pilot. We don't know the name of the pilot. We don't know the qualification of the pilot who is flying the plane. However, we buy the ticket. We pay thousands of dollars to the airlines on the basis of faith that these airlines or the pilots of these airlines have successfully flown so many people, so I will be safe, and we just buy the ticket without knowing the details of the pilot because we have faith. When we go to a doctor, we see his degree, qualifications, and we allow him to perform surgery based on the faith that yes, this doctor, I have a faith in this doctor, and this doctor will cure me. When you go to a restaurant, you eat the food, you pay the money to the restaurant owner. a cook who is cooking for you. You have a faith that they have not mixed any poison in the food. And we eat the food. So all the activities in day we do, everything based on faith. A small child has complete faith in the parents. That is why the child is relaxed. He knows that my parents are going to protect me. So everything what we do, we have faith. We have faith in the science also, that we have a faith that okay, science will help us to get over coronavirus one day. Now we are all suffering with this disease, but we have a faith in the science. The whole world is having faith in the scientists at this time, that they are going to discover a vaccine which will help us to fight against COVID. You can say faith, you can say hope. However, everything in this world runs on the faith. Hence, Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that, hey Arjun, whatever I'm going to tell you, if you have no faith in my words, then this is not going to work for you. So actually he is telling to Arjuna, but he is also telling it to us, that whatever we learn from Bhagavad Gita, if we have no faith, there is no chance of getting benefit out of it. Do you all agree with me? If you all agree with me on this faith matter, just type yes or no. I'm not saying about blind faith. We are not talking about blind faith, but everything works on the faith. Thank you so much. I think a lot of people are on the board with me. Thank you, thank you. So here, Lord Krishna in the 9th chapter, 3rd shloka, he is highlighting to Arjuna that ashraddhadana purusha. If you have no faith, then there is no chance. You cannot attain me at all. And there is no chance of bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga, basis of bhakti yoga is faith. And again, I'm saying that it is not a blind faith. It has to be purely scientifically studied faith. And Lord Krishna is explaining that everything from 1st chapter to 6th chapter, we have studied that, how finely Lord Krishna is explaining everything scientifically. There is a question here, what is the difference between faith and surrender? Online, Hemant is asking a question. The difference between faith and surrender. Faith is the first step. There are various degrees of faith. Some people have a faith, 50% faith. Some people have 0% faith. Some people have 100% faith. It gradually develops. As our knowledge goes up, our faith increases. And when we have 100% faith, it is almost as good as surrender. So Lord Krishna then further explained to Arjuna in 9th chapter, 10th shloka, he's saying that Maya dekshena prakriti suyate sa characharan etunanena kaunteya jagata viparivartate. So he's saying to Arjuna, hey Arjun, I'm going to tell you one thing, that this material nature around us is working under my direction, Maya Adhyakshena. He's saying, I am the director of this material world. So all the sunrise, sunset, moonrise, all the change of seasons, everything is working under the direction. So Adhyaksha, Maya Adhyaksha Nena Prakrutiya. Prakriti means nature. So Lord Krishna is saying that everything is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it is producing Suya Sesa Chara Acharan. Chara means moving and Achara means not moving. So all these moving as well as non-moving things, everything is working under my direction. My means Lord Krishna's direction. By its rule, this manifests again and again, and everything is created again and again. So Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna that if I want, then only it will happen. Now here, Lord Krishna is revealing his identity to Arjuna, and he is going to further provide evidences in 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th chapter that how he is controlling everything. And Arjuna is going to ask more questions, that if you are saying that you are controlling, what is the proof? And that is coming further in the 10th chapter. But we are going to learn further first 9th chapter. Then Lord Krishna says, however, avajananti mama muda manushinam tanum ashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. However, even though I am controlling everything, fools means those who do not have faith on my words, they will deride me when I descend in the human form. Muda is a very special word which Lord Krishna is used here. He's saying that those who do not have faith will think that I have come here in the form of a human, and they will not believe in what I am saying. But I'm going to prove you by proof, by all the evidences, that how I am controlling it. Now, why Krishna is telling this to Arjuna? Krishna is telling this Arjuna about revealing his own identity, because unless and until we understand the divinity and divine, it is very difficult to understand and practice the Bhakti Yoga, that how powerful is the creator or the creation. That helps us to understand our identity as the soul. And then Lord Krishna says that those who do not have this knowledge about me, they think that I am a human, ordinary human being, looking just like two-handed. And they do not know my transcendental nature as a Supreme Lord. So here Lord Krishna is explaining Arjuna that I am the Supreme Lord, I am the creator. And I'm sure many of you have this question now in your mind going on, that what makes Krishna the supreme creator? I mean, what is the proof that Krishna is the creator? And the same question came in mind of Arjuna also. And Lord Krishna is going to answer your question. So hold on this question until we discuss more. But before we go further, let's have some question answers, because we don't want to have just one-way monologue actually. We want to have a dialogue, and as all of you are muted, you cannot talk, but you can type. So we will have question answers. So let's see if you can recollect some of the things what we learned. First is, which chapter of Bhagavad Gita is the most confidential knowledge? Chapter number 2, chapter number 6, 9, or 12? Just type. Very nice. So everybody is attentive, and everybody has learned that chapter number 9 is the most confidential knowledge. Absolutely. Thank you everybody so much for your response. Now, why this chapter is most confidential? Because A, it explains the knowledge of spirit, soul, and the body. B, it gives the knowledge which gives us a knowledge or information about Lord Krishna and his energy. Because it deals with the pure, unalloyed devotion or bhakti. And D is fourth of all of the above. So just pick A, B, C, D. So Nipa, Harsha, Leena. So people are choosing D actually. Looks like D is the majority of the people are saying. So some people are saying C. Some are saying B. Some are saying D. So there's a split vote here actually. Majority, I would say, according to my survey here, are saying that their answer is D. So let's understand this. I think we need to understand this before we progress further. That why chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita is the most confidential knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. It's the most secret. Now, answer A, which explains about the spirit, soul, and body. Actually, in 9th chapter, Lord Krishna is not talking about spirit, soul, and the body. That he has explained in 2nd chapter. So A is a wrong answer for the chapter number 9. So when A is wrong, automatically D is wrong, because D is all of the above, and A is not part of this chapter, because chapter number 2 is talking about Sankhya Yoga, where he's talking about spirit, soul, and body. So with this, when we give exam, I used to give exams in the medical school, and the easiest way to rule out is first rule out the wrongs, and then there is always confusion between the two right answers, and then sometimes you can flip the coin. But if you have a knowledge, then you can answer accurately. So just by elimination, we can exclude A, because A is explained in chapter number 2, which is Sankhya Yoga. And as A is excluded, D is automatically excluded. So now our choice is between B and C. And B actually gives us some knowledge about Lord Krishna and his energies. However, that part Lord Krishna has explained in chapter number 7 and 8, that how he is controlling all the nature and all his activities and where he can be identified. He says, I am the taste of water, I am the light of the sun, I am the light of the moon, I am the sound vibration of Omkara, I am the ability in the man. So he is explaining that in chapter number 7, chapter number 8, and he's going to explain that more in detail in chapter number 10 and 11. So B is also not part of this answer for this question. So the ultimate answer is that chapter answer is C, because this is most confidential knowledge, because it brings you in direct connection with Krishna. It gives you direct bhakti. There is nothing else but bhakti in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And also further in the chapter number 10, 11, 12, he's going to talk about bhakti yoga. But here he is talking directly about bhakti yoga to Arjuna. So I hope this confusion between B and C is clear. And the real answer is the C. Then the next question is, what is or what are the characteristics of 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? It is Raja Vidya, is the king of all the education. It is Rajaguyam, it is the secret of all secrets. It is Pavitram, pure, Uttamam, best. Susukham, Kartum, Avyayam. So Uttamam means best, Susukham means blissful, Avyayam means everlasting, and G is all of the above. So yes, the answer is absolutely, absolutely. A majority are giving the G answer, and that is the correct answer. Is G, because it has the chapter of 9 chapter of Bhagavad Gita is Rajaguyam, it is secret. But however, this chapter has a lot more information. It is the Raja Vidya, which means that it is the king of all the education. There are various types of educations on the planet, material education, spiritual education. However, this is the epic of all the education. There is nothing beyond this, So Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna, this is Raja Vidya. 9th chapter is Rajaguyam. It is Pavitram, it is pure, it is best, it is blissful, and it will be everlasting. So answer is G. Next question is, what is the qualification required to learn this 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita or Bhakti Yoga? Non-enviousness, attentive listener, faith in Krishna, all of the above. Please select A, B, C, and D. So people are answering A, D, C. Yes. A lot of people are answering D and C, and there is a yes, absolutely. I understand your confusion now here also that I explained more about faith. Yes, and then in the beginning of ninth chapter, Lord Krishna explained to Arjuna that I'm telling you because you are not envious to me, right? So non-enviousness is the first qualification. When you are not envious, then you start listening to somebody. And when you are start listening to somebody and then you have a complete faith, then you can get the knowledge. So real answer is D, because even though attentive listening is it was not mentioned in the shloka of Bhagavad Gita, but that is the qualification, one of the qualification. Arjuna was very attentively listening to Krishna. If you are not envious, if you are not um, uh, envious of Krishna, and then you have a complete faith, but if you are not listening attentively, then one may not be able to practice bhakti yoga properly. Because Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Archanam Pada Sevanam. Shravan is the main thing. Listening is the one of the main important method by which we can. Listening means also reading also, right? Reading carefully, listening carefully. And whatever the practice we do it very carefully, attentively. So bhakti yoga needs non-enviousness, attentive practice, faith, complete faith, and so the real answer is D. So hope everybody agrees with me on this point. Next one is fill in the blank. This is the last question before we go to the next part of the ninth chapter. Fill in the blank. Think of Krishna's form. Who think of Krishna's form as an ordinary and do not consider his transcendental nature as supreme lord of all that be. So Lord Krishna explained, oh, of course, yes. Everybody listen very carefully. Yes. So fool means, again, here fool does not mean bad guy, but here fool means that those without knowledge. So without knowledge, one cannot understand and do not consider, or ignorant, absolutely. Or mudha, also mudha literally means ignorant, absolutely. So I'm glad everybody is very attentive. So we'll proceed to the next shloka number 14 of Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 9. Lord Krishna now starts explaining more about the Bhakti Yoga. Now he's telling to Arjuna that, hey Arjun, the best way to achieve Bhakti or achieve me is Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yatantasya Dhradavrata Namastasya Mam Bhaktya Nityayukta Upasate. So here in 9th chapter, 14th shloka, Lord Krishna is explaining Satata. Satata means continuous. So those who kirtana means remembrance, or those who follow my instruction regularly, satat, and who remember me, yatantasya dhradavrata. Dhrada means with determination. So whosoever follows my instruction, remembers me with the determination, and namastasya. Namaste means paying respects. Always pay respects to me. Mama bhaktya. Bhaktya means who follow my instructions and follow the bhakti yoga. Then they will achieve this bhakti yoga. So these are the process. Satatam kirtayantamam yatantasya dhradavrata. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. My devotees worship me with great devotion. So here Lord Krishna has explained the qualification of bhakti yoga. So bhakti yoga, the qualifications of bhakta yogi or bhakti yogi are explained here in this shloka, that those who are bhakti yogi or following the path of bhakti, they satatam, they always Kirtayantamam, chanting. Chanting means remembering. Yatanta, with all the endeavors. Dhradavrata, with the determination. Namastasya, offering obeisances. Nityayukta, always engaged. Upasate means worship. So always they are engaged in remembrance of instructions of Krishna, how to follow the instructions of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, how we can best practice Bhakti Yoga or Bhagavad Gita in our life. So there is a question here by Rajavardhan Reddy. If Arjuna got question of Supreme, then it means still Arjuna didn't get faith on Lord Krishna. So here Arjuna is our representative. Arjuna had complete faith in Krishna. However, for the benefit of all of us, he is asking these questions. If Arjuna would not have asked the questions, Bhagavad Gita would not have existed actually. So actually Arjuna is doing a favor by asking all these questions. So then in the 17th shloka, Lord Krishna is saying, Pitahamasya jagato mata dhata pitamaha Vedyam pavitram omkara ruksama yajurevacha. So now he's saying to Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, you should always continuously remember me, follow my instructions. Process of bhakti yoga should be followed continuously and always worship me or always remember me. Why? Because Pita aham asya. Pita means father. We all love our father. We all love our parents. And no matter what happens in our life, we will never forget our parents because they are the one who gave us the birth. They are the one who looked after us. They are the one who suffered for our well-being. So how can we forget our parents? So here Krishna is saying to Arjuna that I am Pita Asya, I am your father. Aham Jagato. He says, I am the father of this universe. Mata Dhata Pitamaha. I am also your mother and I am also your Pitamaha. I am also your grandfather also. I am everything. Pita Aham. Aham means I. Now here when I say I means Krishna. So Lord Krishna is explaining Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter, 17th sloka. He's saying that I am the father of the universe. I am mother of this universe. I am the grandfather and I am the supporter, dhata. He says, Vedyam Pavitram Omkara. I am the object of knowledge. I am the purifier and the syllable Om. And Rigved, Samved, Yajurved also is me. Everything is coming from me. So here, Krishna is saying that I am the supreme goal of everything, all the living beings. And I am also the sustainer. I am also the master, witness. I am the abode. I am the shelter. I am the friend. And I am the origin, end and beginning of all the creation. I am the storehouse and eternal seed of everything. So here Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that he is source of Omkara also, So somebody's asking, can you please explain syllable Om? Now we say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Swati is asking this question. Om is the first sound vibration ever created on this planet. Om, when Lord Brahma was the first living being created from the lotus stem coming out of Lord Vishnu's navel, when Lord Brahma was sitting on the navel, the first sound vibration which he heard was Omkar. Om. And that Omkar, that Om sound vibration is Lord Krishna himself. And there is more we can talk about Omkar, but that will be like diverting away from today's topic. So we'll continue our theme of discussion, 9th chapter. That 9th chapter, 22nd shloka, then Lord Krishna further says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana parupashate tesham nitya viyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So here there's a very important word or verse line which I have underlined is Yoga Kshema Muhamyaham. Yoga means also, whatever connections, whatever the things you need. So Lord Krishna is saying that Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. Ananya means without any other objective. If one does without any other aim, Chintayanto Mam. Chintaya means concentration, focus. So if one focuses on Bhakti Yoga, Mam means Lord Krishna, which is Bhakti Yoga. So, Ye jana par upashate. Upashate means following the process. So those who follows the process of Bhakti Yoga with Ananya, without any deviation, without any other objective, Tesham Nitya Yuktanam. Nitya means always, Nitya Abhiyuktanam means, Abhiyukta means getting fixed. And always who are fixed in Bhakti Yoga, without any other objective, then for them, what do I do? Actually, Lord Krishna also reciprocates. There is always an exchange. When there is a Bhagwan and Bhakta, there is a devotee and devotee, a devoted person, there is an exchange. A relationship cannot exist without exchange. If you keep on giving, and there is no exchange from the other side, the relationship subsides. It doesn't progress further. So there is always an exchange, So that is called as Dadati principle. In our relationship also, in our day-to-day life, we give gifts and we receive gifts. We say nice words and we receive nice words. We appreciate and others also appreciate us because there is an exchange. If there is no exchange, then there is a problem. So here Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that I do reciprocate. Those who are always fixed in my Bhakti Yoga, those who are always following my instructions, I personally, Yoga Kshemam Vaha Ahamyam. Aham means himself. Who? Lord Krishna himself. So here says that those who follow my path of bhakti, who worship me with exclusive devotion, meditate on me, on my transcendental form, I personally carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. So here Lord Krishna is giving guarantee to Arjuna that if you follow Bhakti Yoga, you will not lose anything. There's nothing to lose here. Krishna in fact says that Kshemyam. Kshemyam means, Yoga Kshema means he will carry personally everything what you lack and he will preserve what you have. So do not worry, you will not lose anything. Lord Krishna is giving guarantee to Arjuna. Then he further says that, hey Arjuna, you might be thinking that you are the enjoyer, but he says, I am the only enjoyer and master of all the sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true nature, they fall down. So Krishna explains to Arjuna that if you really have faith in me, and if you do follow Bhakti Yoga process, then I enjoy, and when I enjoy, you also enjoy. If we take care of Mother Nature takes care of us. If we exploit Mother Nature will not allow us to be happy. We have experience, what you get what you saw, So if you do good, the good will come back to you. Similarly, Lord Krishna is telling that if you make me happy, you will remain happy. And we have discussed this before, that if you want to water a tree, you can't water a tree by putting water on every leaf of the tree. You can water a tree by putting water or pouring water on the root of the tree. Similarly, Krishna says that I am the root of everything. Everything comes from me. So if we make Krishna happy, the whole world will be happy. Now, making Krishna happy means loving and serving everybody without any expectation of results, following the process of karma yoga, following the process of akarma, following the process of nishkam karma yoga, controlling the mind, living a balanced life, and understanding that nothing belongs to us, everything belongs to the Creator. And He is the owner, He is the master, enjoyer of everything. Now, this is a complete yoga process. There is no shortcut here, right? Everything we understand that we are here for a short period of time. One day we are going to die. The body is temporary, nothing is permanent. And whatever the short life we have, we use it for love, service, keeping a creator in the center, the God in the center, the Krishna in the center. Now, Krishna further explains to Arjuna that bhakti is a very simple process. Bhakti is nothing complicated. Bhakti does not mean that you have to go to the temple, you have to go to the holy places, you have to give up your life, or you have to give up your work. Bhakti is not like that. Bhakti is a very, very simple process. Ashtanga yoga is very difficult. Very, very difficult. Arjuna says to Krishna in the 6th chapter, that, hey Krishna, you're talking about this yama, niyama, asana, pranayam. It's very difficult for me to practice. Can you tell me very simple process? And that is where Lord Krishna then starts explaining 7th chapter onwards this simple process of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate yoga you can have without any complications in your life. So here, Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, I'm going to tell you this Bhakti Yoga process. Very, very simple. In this 26th shloka, Lord Krishna tells to Arjuna that you can definitely do Bhakti. Anybody can do Bhakti. You don't need money for it. You don't need power for it. How you can do Bhakti? So he says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo Me Bhakta Prayaschati Tad Aham Bhakti Uparatam Asnami Prayatatmanaha. So he says to Arjuna, hey Arjun, if you really want to offer bhakti to me, then there are 3 steps. So he is explaining first step in this first sloka of 9 and 26 sloka of Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter. He's saying that first process of bhakti yoga is offering with love. And what can you offer with love? So he says patram. Patram means leaf. Pushpam means flower. Tohyam means water. So he says patram pushpam phalam tohyam yome bhaktya prayachati. So you can offer with love Lord Krishna a flower, a leaf, water, or fruit. Now, a flower is not very expensive, or water is not very expensive, or fruit is not very expensive, right? So Lord Krishna is saying that what you do is every day you make an offering to me. Offering is not a ritual. Offering is love. Like a mother offers food to the child, which is not a ritual. Mother always cares for the child, that I will cook for my child because my child will be hungry. A father brings money to the family. It's not a ritual. Father does it out of his love and affection and connection with the family. Similarly, as I said, everything has giving and taking. A relationship does not exist without exchange. You cannot keep on taking, you have to start offering. And more we offer, more happy we become. So here, Krishna is explaining that, can you please offer Very simple things, not very expensive things. Krishna doesn't want your money. Krishna doesn't want 56 Chappana Bhoga. Krishna doesn't want your $1,000,000. Krishna says that even if you are very poor, does not matter. You can do bhakti by offering a leaf, a water, little bit of water. So how do I practice in my life? So every day morning, I have little picture of Krishna at home. So what I do, I will take a water and offer the water in front of Krishna's picture and chant the mantra. Now, if you remember in third chapter discussion, we talked about effect of sound vibration on water molecules. We did studies very scientifically that when we do offering in terms of mantras and prayers, the water structure changes just by sound vibration. And this we have proved scientifically. I don't want to repeat that whole thing again. So Lord Krishna is explaining that when you offer that fruit or water or a flower, what you're going to eat, consume, just recite some mantras while you're offering. Or just say few nice words, positive vibrations. So what will happen? The sound vibration will change the water molecules structure in that particular food which you are going to eat, and it will affect everything surrounding you. So here, as offering every day, I drink water. So before drinking the water, I recite mantra. And when you drink the water after reciting the mantra, the water has different composition. This is proven by science. We talked about the experiment of Dr. Hashimoto Emoto, and his website is hado.net, where you can see that sound vibration can change water molecule structure. So here Krishna is saying that first thing is that whatever you eat, whatever you drink, of course, it has to be in the mode of goodness. We are not talking about meat or chicken or eggs here. Lord Krishna is specifying here that he is vegetarian. Krishna has never told here that eat non-vegetarian things. He's saying patram. Patram is vegetarian, pushpam is vegetarian, phalam is vegetarian, and toyam is water. So Krishna is purely a vegetarian. He is promoting vegetarian lifestyle or even vegan lifestyle. And he's saying here that try to offer vegetarian things to me with love and affection. Now I see there are some questions here, so maybe I can take few questions before I proceed further. Okay, so we have a question from Reva. She's asking, what about people offering money, gold, etc. to the temple? We are not talking about temples here. We are talking about our personal life. I'm not talking about big institutes. This is the transformation on the personal level, right? So we are not going to comment upon any particular organization, institute. This is between you and me, one to one. When there is a rain happening outside, you cannot put umbrella on the entire world. We just need to put umbrella on ourselves. So this course is designed so that we can transform our lives. We don't want to comment on everybody else. Okay, Lena has a question. Different things, offerings like valuables, various metals, etc. If you have more, you can offer more to Krishna. Milk can be offered to Lord Krishna. Medha has a question. Milk can be offered to Krishna. It's like there are nowadays, the milk is also contaminated, and a lot of pollution is happening in the name of milk. So we have to be careful while choosing the milk also, or what type of milk we are offering. It could not be vegan. He loves curd and butter, makhan. Yes, curd and makhan is really good, and Lord Krishna loves makhan. Nowadays, people are becoming vegan, where they are not using milk products, because a lot of people are torturing cows for obtaining milk. And in the mood of compassion, people are saying that if you're going to torture cows for getting milk, we are not going to, like, people inject growth hormones to the cows. Lord Krishna, 5,000 years ago or even before that, milk was very pure. It's hard to find a pure milk nowadays. So nowadays, sometimes we have cows who are fed with the growth hormone. Very difficult to find, but I mean, whatever the best you can do, Krishna likes milk, but he does not mention about it. Yeah, Krishna likes milk, but he knows probably that in future people will be troubling cows. We can see that happening everywhere in the world. Cows are in danger, actually. What if we cannot offer some days? Nita has a question. It's very easy to offer. Just to offer it in mind also, like if you are traveling on a plane or you're driving somewhere, you have to eat some fruit, just offer it in your mind that Krishna, can you please accept this as an offering, and I'm going to, it's not has to be a ritual, by putting, like if you do it ritually at your home, keeping a picture and everything, that is really nice. But if just by mind, it's all about consciousness. The idea of yoga is change our consciousness from bhogi to yogi. Bhogi means one who wants to enjoy, to yogi means one who wants to make our life, others' lives happy. So we are bhogi as long as we want to be self-centered. We are yogi when we are worried about others. So idea of Bhagavad Gita is to be yogi and not to be bhogi. So if you do not have any facility, just offer it in your mind and change the consciousness. We still have them, cows, India. Lena has a question. That's really good. If you have your own cows, that's really nice. Cow farming. I think offering any veg things, Swati has a comment probably. I think offering any veg thing or nothing, only worship by complete faith on him. That's a comment. Okay. Thank you, Swati ji. Krishna was the first environmentalist. Dilip Parekh ji has question. Very nice. Yeah. I mean, Krishna is the pioneer of everything. Everything comes from him. So, of course, he's an environmentalist. So here Lord Krishna is asking Arjuna that with love, you can offer, but bhaktya is the word which is used here, is love. Any offering with love is important. A child gifts to father on a birthday, 2-year-old or 5-year-old child. A child doesn't make money, but he offers whatever the father has given to him. But there is a love in it. So that is what is counted here. Then next step of bhakti, Lord Krishna is explaining. So here Lord Krishna is saying bhakti is very simple. First is you offer flower, water, leaf, or fruit with love. Then he says that whatever you do, yat karosi yad asnasi. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, yad juhosi dadasi yat. Whatever you offer or whatever you give away in the charity, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, or whatever the austerities you do it as an offering to me. So just in mind, you think that you are doing it as an offering to Krishna, as a sacrifice. Again, this is again the principle of akarma, which was explained in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna is saying that you do it as a akarma. So you do whatever you work, you do work as a doctor, physician, or a teacher, or student, or a housewife. Just do your duties as an offering to Krishna. Yad juhosi dadasi yat. Sometimes we do donation. Donation also we give it as an offering, to Krishna. So, first he's asking water, leaf. Then he's asking whatever activities you do it as an offering to me. And then he says, in this way, you will be freed from the bondage of work. And its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you'll be liberated and come to me. So sometimes we are vegetarians. We all are vegetarians, many of us. And we do cooking. While cooking, we boil water or vegetables, and some bacteria are killed. Now, even though we are vegetarians, we are doing killing. Many people have this question that aren't vegetarian killing the plants? Are the vegetarians killing animals when they cook? Because small bacteria or germs are killed while cooking. So while we boiling vegetables, also a lot of germs are killed. Do you all agree with it or no? That there is some sort of killing happening when you do cooking, boiling vegetables? Yes, of course. Yes, everybody is agreeing on it. And many people will ask you a question that, okay, you're a vegetarian, that's very good, and you're teaching me, but you're killing some plants also. How about that? So, that's a very valid question. Yes, we are killing bacteria and germs and so many things. What do we do? So the question here is that in this shloka, 9th chapter, 28th shloka, Lord Krishna is answering this question, that in this way you will be freed from bondage of work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. So when you are cooking vegetarian food and you are boiling the vegetables, and suppose by chance or in this process you get some bacteria getting killed, then we cannot survive without eating. So jivesu jiva jivanam. So we always need some food to survive. Without eating we cannot survive. So what is the least harmful here is the vegetables. But then if we can't eat vegetables, then we cannot survive even. So what we do, we say, Krishna, I'm making this offering. Now this is required for me to sustain, but in this process, I'm trying to be as gentle as possible. I'm not trying to kill somebody, but this is what is my offering to you, and this is required for us to sustain. So can you please accept it and make it as a prasad? Prasad is a Sanskrit word. Bhoga is a enjoyment, and prasad is the blessed food. So when we have a prasadam, then we get freedom from the bad karma. So we are vegetarians. We are trying not to harm anybody, not any living entity. However, if we cook it, and after cooking, we offer it to Krishna and eat it in a consciousness that, okay, this is the bare minimum I have to do it to sustain this body and soul together, then all the bad reactions will be eliminated. Okay, now there are a few questions, and we'll take these questions as the time goes by, because we want to finish the 10th chapter today. And then Krishna says that the last step of bhakti is man mana mad mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mama evashasi yuktevam atmana mat parayana. So he says that first you are saying first step of bhakti is offer very little what you can. Second is whatever you do, make it as an offering. And third, he says that engage your mind always thinking about me. Man mana bhava mad bhakto means your mana means mind. Always keep your mind engaged in thinking about me. Become my devotee, offer obeisances unto me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, you will surely come to me. So here Lord Krishna is asking Arjuna that engage your mind in service to Krishna. And service to Krishna literally means that service to people, that how can I engage my mind in making welfare of others. We are always thinking about engaging our mind in thinking about ourselves, that how can I be happy. But if we engage our mind in thinking about how can I make others happy, that is what Krishna is asking Arjuna to think about. That always think about that how can I help others, how can I make others' life comfortable. If you give more, you get more. If you just concentrate on getting more, then you can't give more. So just giving is the everything. So here Krishna is saying, always engage mind in thinking of me, offer obeisances to me, worship me, being completely absorbed in me, surely come to me. So devotee of Lord or Bhakti Yogi is always thinking, how can I spread message of Bhagavad Gita to others? How can I bring others to Krishna? How can I spread the message of Bhakti Yoga to Krishna, to others? So like that. So with that, we are ending the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And now we are progressing to 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna about further his opulences. So this chapter is called as Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti means opulence, and Lord Krishna has many opulences. So he is explaining to Arjuna that secret that you offer to me, think about me, do whatever you do for me, and you will come to me. It's a very simple process. And now he's explaining more to Arjuna. He's saying that Etam Vibhuti Yogam Cham. So he says, now I'm going to reveal my opulences to you. Right? And he's saying to Arjuna that Shunu me paramam vacha vakshami hita kamaya. So he is saying, for the benefit of you, I shall speak to you my supreme knowledge, my opulences. So he's saying that my opulence cannot be understood by Name Vidu Suragana. Suragana means Devi Devtas, demigods. So he says that my opulence cannot be understood by even the demigods, Suragana. One cannot understand Krishna just by scholarships or higher education. If you have a higher position, higher authority, you cannot understand him. You need blessings, and that blessing is Krishna. And Krishna is going to reveal his opulence. And the opulence is that he's saying that Aham Adirhi Devanam. So this is the first opulence. He's saying that I am the source of all the demigods and the sages. So here Krishna is saying to Arjuna that I am the source of all the demigods. Now, according to Vedic culture, there are 33 crore Devi Devtas, and they are the department heads, like Saraswati Mata or Saraswati Devi is the department head of education. Lakshmi Devi is the department head of Lakshmi, Dhana, or finances. So she's like a finance minister, education minister. So there is various ministries, or there are subsections of running this universe. But Lord Krishna is saying that all this is running, all the Devi Devtas are coming from him. And he says that it is very difficult for even them to understand him, about him, because these Devi Devtas, they have been glorified. Lord Indra was glorified as if he is the master of everything. And then Lord Indra performed an offense against Lord Krishna when he was 5 years old. And there was a pastime of Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, in Srimad Bhagavatam, about Lord Krishna lifting the Govardhan. So we can see that Devi Devtas also have difficulty in understanding opulence of Bhagavad Gita. So Lord Krishna is saying, opulence of Lord Krishna. So Krishna is saying that I am going to reveal all this to you. Now in Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter, there is a Vibhuti Yoga. The shloka number 8 to 11 is called as Chaturshloki Bhagavad Gita. And Chaturshloki Bhagavad Gita means that if you read these 4 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, this is as good as the summary of Bhagavad Gita. So what are these 4 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita? So shloka number 8 in 10th chapter, Lord Krishna is saying, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. So Krishna is saying, Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am the source of all. Sarvasya means everything, Prabhava means all the source of everything. Mata sarvam pravartate. Everything emanates from me. Everything is coming from Krishna. And Krishna is the source of everything. Iti matva bhajante mam Buddha bhava samanvita. The Buddha means the intelligent. So he says that everything is coming from me, whether material or spiritual, and I am the source of everything. And the wise who perfectly know this will engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their heart. So this is the summary of entire Bhagavad Gita. It is Lord Krishna is saying that I am the source of everything. All the Devi Devtas are coming from me. Everything is coming from me. And Mata Sarvam Pravartate. In everything I am there. And everything is coming from me. So by knowing this, if you worship me, then you will be able to love me with all your heart. Then he says that once you know this, then what do? Then you do Machita Matagata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Kathayancha Mam Nityam Tushyanticha Ramanyitecha. So the thoughts of my pure devotee dwell in me. So once you know the opulence of Krishna, that Krishna is the source of everything, then what you do? Then you think about Krishna. That, oh, can I know something a little more about him? Then you devote your life for the service of Krishna, which is following the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. And then you talk to others about the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and then derive great bliss and satisfaction from it. And always talking about Bhagavad Gita or Krishna's instruction. So here Krishna is telling that once you know that I'm source of everything, then you just dedicate your life to me. That's it. Then he says, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajtam priti purvakam dadadmi buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. So he says that Tesham satata. Satata means always, and yukta means engaged, So one who knows that I am supreme source of everything, they will talk about me, they will think about me, they will engage in my worship, as well as they will be constantly serving me with love and devotion. And I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So here, Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that once we know Bhakti Yoga process, then we can follow the Bhakti Yoga process and then constantly engage in service of him. And then Lord Krishna is saying that if you are engaged like this, then what will happen? Tesham evanu kampartham aham ajnana jam tamaha nashyami atma bhavasto gnana deepena bhavasta basvata. So he says, those who are engaged in this way in my service, I show them special mercy. I dwell in their heart, destroy with shining lamp of light, the lamp of knowledge, the darkness of ignorance. So here Lord Krishna says that if you constantly remember me, constantly worship me, knowing me to be supreme, I will dwell in your heart. When Krishna dwells in your heart, then chances of going wrong are very less, actually. And telling you my experience is that when you constantly engaged in the welfare activities of others, unknowingly or knowingly, a lot of facilities are created around you. A lot of things happen around you. Creator divinity has a way to make the things happen for you. He removes all the obstacles. So that is what Lord Krishna is saying, that Tesham Satata Yuktanam. Right? So Lord Krishna is saying in 10th chapter, Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajtam Pratipurvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upayantite. So if we are constantly engaged in welfare activity, constantly engaged in serving others, best way to serve Krishna is to engage your mind in welfare activity by keeping Krishna in the center of it. So if you're constantly serving, spreading the message of Bhagavad Gita or helping others by keeping Krishna in the center, dadami buddhi yogam tam, then I will give you buddhi. Buddhi means intelligence. I will give you buddhi yoga. Yeah, very important word here is Buddhi Yoga, where Lord Krishna is saying that I will give you intelligence by which you will become to me. Become to me means you will be able to serve me more. And that intelligence I will keep on giving you. Okay. So Lord Krishna then further says, as he says that he is guaranteeing further that I will shower special mercy. He is there in your heart. He is dwelling in your heart. Aham ajnana jam tamaha. So he will remove all the ignorance, darkness, and he will bring the light in our heart. So then, so if we are sincere, if we are sincere in Bhakti Yoga, then Krishna is there to help us out. Krishna is helping always, whether we remember him or not. But he is specially merciful if you remember him always. This is what I'm sharing you my experience. This is not a theory. I have been blessed by him in multiple ways, and uh, just keep on doing good activities by remembering Krishna, and he will come and help you out. There is no problem about it. Then further, Krishna is explaining about his Vibhuti Yoga. But then before that, Arjuna asked the question. Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhamam Pavitram Paramam Bhavam. He says, Hey Krishna, you are the supreme God. You are the supreme personality of Godhead. You are the ultimate abode, Param Dhama. Pavitram, you are the purest of all, and you are the Param Bhavam. You are the absolute truth. Asito Devalo Vyaso. Swayam cha eva bravishime. So he says that I've heard this from all the great sages like Asita, Narada, Devala, Vyasadev. Everybody is glorifying you, but now I am hearing from you yourself that you are the supreme. Yeah? So you are declaring yourself. I've heard now but now you are declaring by yourself. He says further, O Janardana, again, please describe in detail your opulences. He heard this before, but he wants to hear more. I am never satisfied in hearing about you. For the more I hear about you, the more I want to test the nectar of your words. So here, Arjuna is asking Krishna that Krishna, I agree that you are the master of everything, you are the source of everything, but please tell me more about you. I want to know more and more and more about you. So then Lord Krishna starts explaining Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. He says, yes, I will tell you about my splendorous manifestation, my vibhuti, but I will tell you few of them, not everything, because my opulence is unlimited. Lord Krishna's opulence is limitless. But he's saying that I'm going to tell you only some of them, not everything. And then he starts revealing himself. He says in 10th chapter, 20th sloka, Sarva Bhutasya Sitaha. Bhutasya means all the living entities. So he says, I'm the super soul, I'm the Paramatma. Oh Arjun, I'm seated in the heart of all the living entities. I am the beginning, I am the middle, and I am the end of everything. So Krishna is there in our heart as a Paramatma. Then he says, of Adityas, I am the Vishnu. Aditya Nam Aham Vishnu. So there are 12 Adityas. And among that, the prominent Aditya is Vishnu. So here Lord Krishna is saying that I am the prominent Aditya. Of the light, I am the radiant sun. Of the Marutas, I am the Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon. So he's saying that all these prominent things, all these prominent things what we are seeing on the planet, all these are nothing but Krishna or Krishna. They are coming from Krishna. He says, Rudranam Shankaras Chashmi. So among all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. How many Rudras are there? Does anybody know Rudras? There are how many Rudras total? 11 Rudras, absolutely, absolutely. So among 11 Rudras, the main Rudra is Lord Shiva. Of Yakshas, of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord of Wealth, Kubera. Of the Vasus, I am the fire. And of the mountain, I am the Mount Meru. So these are some of the prominent manifestations he is talking about. Then he's saying, of the priest, O Arjuna, know me to be the chief Bruhaspati. Bruhaspati is the chief priest of all the Devi Devtas, demigods. So he says, I am the chief Bruhaspati. Of the generals, I am the Kartikeya. Kartikeya is the elder son of Lord Shiva, and he is the general, the fighter, the chief fighter who is leading the army of all the Devtas. So he says, I am the Kartikeya, and of the bodies of water, I am the ocean. So he says, Sagara, Sarasam Ashmi Sagara. Then he says, Maharshinam Bhruguraham. So of the sages, I am the Bhrugu. Of the vibrations, I am the transcendental Om. Of the sacrifices, I am the chanting of holy name. And Sthavara Himalaya. And of the immovable things, I am the Himalayas. So Krishna is saying that all these great things, what you see around, they are coming from me. Right? So a very important word here is that Yadshananam Japa Yagnoshmi. So of the sacrifice, I am the chanting of the holy name. So here Krishna is saying that he is the holy name. He is the chanting. He is the japa. Then he says, of the trees, I am the banyan tree. And of the sages among the demigods, I am the Narada. Devarshi Nam Cha Narada. So Lord Krishna is saying that he is of the trees, the greatest tree is the banyan tree. Very big giant. So he says that great thing is me, and of the great rishis, the best rishi is the Narada, so that is also coming from me. Of the Gandharvas, I am the Chitrarath, and among the perfected beings, I am the Kapila sage. So Gandharvas are the singers in the heaven or in the demigods area. Then he says, of the horses, know me to be the Uchchashrava, who was produced during the churning of the nectar. During the Samudra Manthan, Uchchashrava horse was born from the Samudra Manthan. So he says, among the horses, the best horse is the Uchchashrava. Of the lordly elephants, I am the Airavat. Airavat is the elephant which was also born during the churning of the ocean. And among the men, I am the monarch. Nara Nam Cha Naradipam. So in the olden times, the kings used to be the representative of God. And that is the principle here Lord Krishna is explaining, that Nara Nam Cha Naradipam. So among the Nara means all the human beings, I am the Naradipam. I am the king. I am the administrator. Then he says, of the weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among the cows, I am the Surbi. Dhenu Nam Asmi Kamaduka. Of the courses for procreation, I am Kandarpa, the god of love. And of the serpents, I am the Vasuki. So these are the best among all the species. And that is what Krishna is saying, that they are representative of him, or the power in them represents him, Krishna. Then he says, of the many hooded Nagas, Ananta Chasmi Naga Nam. So I am the Ananta Shesha Nag. Ananta Shesha Nag, if you see, Lord Vishnu is sleeping on the Ananta Shesh, the snake with the Ananta. Ananta means numerous hoods. That snake is Lord Krishna. And he says, among the aquatics, I am the demigod Varuna. Of the departed ancestors, I am the Aryama. And among the dispensers of law, I am Yama, the lord of death. Then further, he's saying to Arjuna, Prahladachasmi Daityanam. Among the Daitya demons, I am the Prahlad. Among the subduers, I am the time. Kalaha Kalyatam Aham. So time is Krishna, So time is very valuable actually. And if we don't value time, then we are not valuing Krishna himself. Among the beasts, I am the lion. And among the birds, I am the Garuda. Then he says, of the creation, I am the beginning and the end. and also the middle. Oh Arjuna, of all the sciences, I am the spiritual science. And among logicians, I am the conclusive truth. So then further he says to Arjuna in 33rd shloka in 10th chapter, of the letters I am A, among the compound words I am the dual compound, I am also an inexhaustible time, and of all the creations I am Brahma. So he says, Aham Devakshaham Kala, I am also the inexhaustible time. So time is eternal. We measure the time in terms of hours and minutes, but time is everlasting. It ever exists. Even though the day ends, the time never ends. The time clock continues. So that continuity is Krishna. So here Krishna is explaining his opulence, that he is everywhere and he is situated in everything. Then he's saying, I am all devouring death, and I am generating principle of all that yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadiness, and patience. So he says, Mrityu sarva haraschaham. So he says, I am all devouring death. Death is compulsory. Now, if we don't surrender to Krishna, then we will surrender to death. Death is going to take over all of us. So it's really good if we understand the owner of everything, the giver of everything, and remember him, and in the mood of attitude of gratitude. Be humble. When we know this reality of our life, we just want to be humble and not to be egoistic, not to be greedy, not to be envious of others, and be pure-hearted and kind to others. Then Krishna says, Bruhata Sama Tatha Samnam. So of the hymns in the Samaveda, I am Bruhat Sam. Gayatri Chandasam Aham. I am the Gayatri. Of the poetry, I am the Gayatri. Of the mantras, I am the Makshara, November, December month, which is very pleasant month. Of the seasons, I am the flower-bearing seasons. So he says, all the best things are coming from me. Vrishni Nam Vasudevosmi. Of the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudev. Pandava Nam Dhananjaya. Among all the Pandavas of Arjuna, I'm Arjuna. Of the sages, I am Vyasa. And among the great thinkers, I am Ushna. Among all the means of suppressing the lawlessness, I am the punishment. And of all those who seek the victory, I am the morality. Of the secret things, I am the silence, and of the wise, I am the wisdom. Further, O Arjuna, I am the generating seed of all that exists. There is no being, moving or non-moving, that can exist without me. Bijam tad aham Arjuna. So Lord Krishna is declaring that he is the seed of everything. And he says, O mighty conqueror of enemy, there is no end to my divine manifestations. What I have just spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulence. So Lord Krishna is saying in 10th chapter 40th shloka that I have numerous opulences. Everything is coming from me, and what I've told you is just a very small particle of it. Know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creation spring from but a spark of my splendor. Everything is coming from a little spark of Krishna, and Krishna has unlimited opulences. But then he's saying to Arjuna in 42nd shloka, what is the need there, O Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. So without knowing all this further detail, he's saying that just know that everything is coming from a single fragment of me, and he is the source of everything. With this, we are ending the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Vibhuti Yoga of Lord Krishna's knowledge. We have 15 minutes more. We have a choice. We can talk of question answers, or we can have a quiz here. I will let you decide. Do you want to have some question answers or go over the quiz? If you Quiz, okay. So people are saying the quiz. Let's do the quiz, okay, and then we take question answer if the time permits. So first question is, who's the source of B, C, and D? A is Lord Brahma, B is Lord Shiva, C is Lord Krishna, and D is all of this. Wonderful. Everybody's answering the question. Answer C. So wonderful. That is very good to know that everybody got the message that Krishna is the source of all the demigods, all the sages, everything is coming from Krishna. So that is one very important point to be taken away from this lesson, that Krishna is the source of everything. So he says, Aham Adihi Devanam. All the Devi Devtas are coming from me. I am the source of everything. Me means Krishna here. Okay, so what is the effect of knowing the Krishna's opulence? Why should we know this? One gains knowledge about him. One becomes fixed in devotional service. One becomes mystic. And D is none of the above. So A, B, C, and D. Choose. Why should we know about Krishna's knowledge? Wonderful. Everybody is giving perfect answer. Answer is B. If more we know about Krishna, more we become fixed in our devotional service, because we know that source of everything is Krishna, everything is coming from him, and we are just temporary being. We don't own anything. Everything is owned by Krishna. If you go to a bank and if you ask the money from the cashier, you withdraw the money from the cashier, and cashier gives you money, that is your money, he's giving you back. And if cashier says, I am giving you my money, then that is wrong, because money belongs to Krishna. Money belongs to you. Similarly, we are giving something to Krishna, but actually everything belongs to him. We are just like cashier or deliverers, temporary. Nothing belongs to us, everything belongs to him. And more we know this, more we become fixed. Then we will talk about the question answers as soon as the quiz is over. Leena ji has a question, but I'm going to hold on your question, Leena ji, until we finish this. What made Arjuna to conclude that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the supreme origin and cause of all causes? A, the Vedic literature confirms that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Great sages proclaim that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. C, Krishna himself declared that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And D is all of the above. So there is C, everybody's answering C, some people are answering D. Okay, so there is some confusion between C and D, so let's clarify this. So Arjuna is saying to Krishna, Hare Krishna, so long I have just heard from everybody, from Vedas, from all the great sages, from the great people, that you are the supreme. Vyasadev, Narada, Asita, all this, Devala, all these great sages have mentioned that you are the supreme. I have heard in Vedas also that you are supreme, but now you are declaring. So actually, all of the above is the right answer. The real answer is D. So he is now convinced after hearing from everybody and now hearing from Krishna also. So now the next question is, which process is recommended for understanding Krishna or understanding Bhagavad Gita? Academic education, acceptance of disciplic succession, academic education taught through the great scholars, or none of this? Now this is an out of syllabus question, you can say. This is a question for understanding, out of syllabus question, that how much we are able to understand Bhagavad Gita, and or reading between the lines, so how can we understand Bhagavad Gita? Academically, or academic education means you can understand Bhagavad Gita if you are PhD or double doctorate, or you can understand Bhagavad Gita by acceptance of disciplic succession, which means disciplic succession means accepting guru, accepting acharya, accepting authority actually. and learning from them. C is academic education taught through the great scholars, or learning Bhagavad Gita, which is being taught by a great scholar like myself, or none of this. So the real answer lies in acceptance of disciplic succession. So you have to know that the Bhagavad Gita has to be taught by somebody who is following the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. So disciplic succession means the person who has read, who has learned Bhagavad Gita from authority, and he has practiced the Bhagavad Gita in authority. So we should learn Bhagavad Gita from a person who is practicing Bhagavad Gita, not from an academic scholar who is teaching Bhagavad Gita but who is not practicing Bhagavad Gita. So education is not a criteria for Bhagavad Gita learning. You might be PhD, but you may not be able to understand the Bhagavad Gita. You may be learning Bhagavad Gita from best or double PhD or doctor or whatever it is, But if he is not following Bhagavad Gita, there is no chance that you're going to learn from him or you will get benefit out of him. But if you learn Bhagavad Gita from a person who is living Bhagavad Gita, who is following the disciplic succession, parampara, evam parampara prapti, so if one who has been following, so this was out of syllabus question, so real answer is B, that we should accept the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, not considering the academic qualifications, but seeing that how this person is putting into practice. Does he practice what he's preaching? Then only we accept from him, otherwise not. So don't accept blindly. Just see that who is the person who is giving the knowledge to you. Okay, next one. Why Arjuna asked Krishna for the explanation of Krishna's all-pervading nature? Because Arjuna had some doubts in his mind. B is because so that in the future the people will understand Krishna. C is because he wanted to satisfy his guru, and none of this. Now let me explain you the question before you answer it. Why Arjuna wanted to see opulence of Krishna? Why he asked Krishna that show me your opulence? Why? Because there was a doubt in Arjuna's mind, or Arjuna wanted people in the future to understand his opulence, or because he wanted to satisfy? And I think quite a few people are answering the question B, and which is the right answer, that Arjuna is asking all these questions for our benefit. He's asking Krishna that how do people know you? How do people do bhakti yoga? How can one understand more about you so that one can know and do more bhakti? And unless and until Krishna explains about him, there will be a lot of confusion about Krishna. So absolutely everybody's answer is correct. Helen is answering right. Bharti, Lajjuji, Deepika, Archana, Charu, Darshana, everybody is answering right. Answer is B. Arjuna is asking this question to Krishna to show the opulence so that there should not be any confusion in the people's mind about Krishna's identity, that everything is coming from him. Aham sarvasya prabhavo, matha sarvam pravartate. Iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samanvita. So once we understand that everything is coming from Krishna, our bhakti becomes pure. Now there is no contamination, no confusion. We know that which way I want to go. This is my route. My route is to travel on the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. So perfect. Answer is B. Next question is, why Krishna agrees to tell only some of the manifestations and not all? Because he's not interested in telling, or because the living entities do not understand the extent of his opulence, or C is because Krishna's opulences are unlimited, or D is both B and C. This is a very tricky question here. And I'm sure this will like a confusing question because there are two right answers here. And you have to select the most right answer, most correct answer. So those who are answering C are also correct, and those who are answering D are also correct, but the most correct answer is D, because Krishna's opulences are unlimited and we can't even fathom it, So absolutely. So those answered C are correct, but those who answered D are most correct, because Krishna's opulences are unlimited and very difficult to understand, Let's see the next one. This is also out of syllabus question. This is understanding question. The sun is considered to be which part of Supreme Lord's body? Brain, head, eye, all of this. This is there in Bhagavad Gita. If you read 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you will be able to understand this. Lord Krishna is explaining that sun is my eye, actually. The answer is eye, Ake, eyes, So eyes of Krishna are the sun. So absolutely, Helen is right, Bharti is right, Hiral is right. The eye is the son of Krishna. So Krishna is looking upon us through the sun. So sometimes people do wrong things and say, who is watching me, right? But there is light everywhere, So even though you are not like sunlight or moonlight, these are eyes of Krishna. And when there is a sunlight coming in your room, which means Krishna is coming in your room, Krishna is present in front of you because sunlight is present in front of you. So if you really want to perceive Krishna, then either see the sun, see the moon, or even just drink water. Krishna says that I am the test of water, right? So you drink water, and water is Krishna. So it is very easy to remember and perceive Krishna through our day-to-day activities. So next one is, who is the representation of Krishna as a devotee? Again, this is if you read Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter, you will understand this more, but I've just put this for your understanding. Vyasadeva, Kapila, Shiva, and Narada, and we talked about it in the 10th chapter, 10 opulences. Who is the devotee representative? And the devotee representative is absolutely. The answer is D, which is Narada Muni. Narada Muni is the devotee. Vyasadeva is the Shaktavesh avatar. Kapila Muni is another incarnation of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. Shivji is Shiva Tattva. Shiva Tattva is entirely different. And Narada is the devotee form of Krishna. Then who represent Krishna in the planet of ancestors? This was there when we talked. Varuna, Ananta, Kandarpa, and Aryama. So just to briefly mention you about this, Aryama is the answer is D. Aryama, planet of ancestors. Aryama is the Devata of ancestors. And in India, we have Shraddha ceremony. We offer sacrifices to our ancestors. And that is called as Shraddha ceremony. And the Devata of this ancestor planet is the Aryama Devata. So that is Aryama. Next one is, why Prahlad is considered to be the representative of Krishna among the demons? Because of his godly nature, because of his devotional service, both A and B, and none of this. Some of you may know story of Prahlad. Prahlad was born in the demons, and Lord Krishna explains that among demons I am Prahlad. And absolutely the answer is between B and C. So C is the correct answer, both A and B, because he was godly nature and he was of his bhakti or devotional service. So with that, I will take a pause here. Next time we will cover the chapter number 11, which is Vishwarupa, universal form, and we'll talk about this in the next time. But if you have any questions, let's talk about that. What is Brahma Jyoti? Brahma Jyoti is the effulgence which is coming out of Krishna in his body and his body. So Krishna's effulgence is Brahma Jyoti. Thank you, Helen. Thank you so much for participating. Hare Krishna, Nishita ji, Nishtha ji. If there is any question, we can take it now. Thank you, Jigna. Thank you so much. We have a Facebook group, as all of you know, and we have launched a WhatsApp group also. Let me post the WhatsApp group link here. Or I will post a WhatsApp group link in the Facebook. So if you want to join the Facebook or WhatsApp group, everybody has the link for the Facebook probably. And as I mentioned that we might have to extend our sessions by 2 weeks. Are you all okay with that? Krishna only explained the best of the best. Yes, okay, everybody's okay with that. Okay, perfect. So we might have to extend our sessions by 2 Saturdays to finish entire Bhagavad Gita. So we request everybody who are joining us for the Bhagavad Gita to read Bhagavad Gita and come up with the questions, or post your questions in the Bhagavad Gita study group. The study group was supposed to be a dialogue, but it sees that most of the time I'm the only one who is posting. So if you have any questions, just post it in the Bhagavad Gita study group. I'm just putting the link here. Those who don't know Bhagavad Gita study group link, you can post it, your questions in the group. And I'm going to post Bhagavad Gita, WhatsApp. People want the WhatsApp group link. So let me send you the WhatsApp group link as well. Just give me 1 minute and I'll send you the link for the WhatsApp group. Just give me 1 second. WhatsApp number is not there. I'm going to send you the link to join. So if you click that link, then it will take you to the WhatsApp group. And I'm going to post that link on the Facebook group also. But I request everybody, if you can share your or ask any questions or any points you learn in your discussion during the Facebook group, that will be really nice. Because Bhagavad Gita Facebook group was created for the interactive discussion. So I think I have posted this invitation link on the Facebook group, but let me find out a link for you. Meanwhile, if he has any questions, let's see if somebody has any question. Nobody has any questions as of now. That's good. If I can share the WhatsApp group. Oh, here is the link for the WhatsApp group. Yes. Okay, I'm posting it now, so you can click it and then you will be able to join the WhatsApp group by this link. Hopefully, just click this. Probably you will be able to join the WhatsApp group through this link. And you can send this WhatsApp group to anybody who wants to join. This is the first group. And then we will keep on adding more groups as the time goes by. No questions. So thank you everybody for joining, and we will see you next Saturday. Hare Krishna, Deepak. Thank you, Deepika. Thank you, Atulji. Thank you, Parul. Thank you, Swati. Jai Shri Krishna, Medaji. Ketan, thank you so much. Belaji, thank you. Hiral, thank you. Aarti ji, thank you so much. And Jai Shri Krishna, Kajal. Thank you, Leena ji. Thank you. I think you had a question whether good and bad comes from Krishna. So yes, everything is coming from Krishna. Krishna is the source of everything. So all asuras are also coming from him, and devtas are also coming from him. So he says, among the asuras, I'm the best. Among asuras, demon. Among all the asuras, I'm Prahlad. Prahlad is the asura, but he's the best among all the demons. So there are bad things, but then there are good among the bad. So there are good people. Not everybody is bad. Thank you, Aarti ji. Thank you, Nipa. Jai Shri Krishna, Nishta ji. Thank you so much. I'm really happy to see everybody on every Saturday. Keep on joining us and keep on reading Bhagavad Gita, actually. So Leena ji has a question. So he's not the bad, but amongst the bad, best, good among the bad. Yes, correct. Hari bol Madhufai. Thank you, Anjali ji. Thank you, Bharati ji. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate your comment. Thank you, Lajjuji. Thank you. If you all want, you can share your experience, Haribol Nikhil, on your Facebook group. How do you feel? You can, of joining the sessions, reading the Bhagavad Gita, your feelings, you can, your experience, you can share on the Facebook. You can record a video, post it on the Facebook group. Of course, all the posts will be approved first and then will be posted. You can type your experience or share your experience by video on the Facebook group. So you can record a video on your phone and post it. So that will be also really nice. So Facebook group is very, very interactive. It has to be interactive. So request everybody to participate. Again, I will send you the link for the Facebook group. This is the Facebook group link, and WhatsApp group link. I just shared it with you, but I'm going to share it with you again. Here is the link for the WhatsApp group. So that's the. Okay, Anita ji, can you please send me the first 3 Saturday sessions to me? Anita ji, all the sessions are posted on the Facebook group. So if you can click the Facebook group link, you will be able to join the group and you will read, or you'll be able to see all the videos of all the presentations. I'm posting all the videos every time. So thank you so much, Anita ji. Savita ji, I look forward to this session. I have shared the link further. Thank you so much, Anita ji. Savita ji. Thank you, Dr. Anita. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining from everywhere from the world. Really appreciate your time. And we'll see you next Saturday. Namaste to everybody. My daughter joined Nishtha Sankhya Yoga. Very nice, Anita ji, Nishtha ji. David, thank you, David. Namaste. Thank you so much, David. Really appreciate. Thank you, Dr. Anita. Thank you so much. Again, you can post your comments, you can post your videos, experiences on the Facebook group. Just record a video and post it on the Facebook group, and if it is okay, I will post it. I will, Savita ji saying, I will study chapter 11 so that I can ask. Absolutely, that is the way, Savita ji. Please read and write down your questions, and we can talk about our questions during the discussion so that you will be able to enjoy more of it. Thank you, Riya ji. Thank you so much. Thank you. And even if you read like chapter 9 or even previous chapters, and if you have any questions, you can write down the questions and post the questions on the Facebook group, or post your comments on the Facebook group, or you can ask the questions when we meet next Saturday. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.